What's up guys, I'm Shane and this is Spare Change. Here on the channel, we discuss all things audio and video, like new movies and new AV equipment. So if it's your first time here, consider tapping that subscribe button for new weekly videos. First off, I'd like to give a shout out to all of our Patreon subscribers for helping us make this digital purchase possible. And thanks for supporting the channel during this entire crisis. And for a review, we've got Underwater on 4K digital streaming. I won't be reviewing the movie itself, although I might spoil a couple things. I'm just going to share with you my thoughts on the video and the audio quality. Now for a few tech specs. The movie was shot in 6.5K. It's got a 4K DI. It's rated PG-13. Runtime is 95 minutes. Aspect ratio is 239:1. Therefore, you will have those black letterbox bars. Well, unfortunately, this movie is only available in 4K on digital streaming. I held off waiting for the physical release, because we all know, a physical release is the best. But it looks like it's only on 4K on the digital streaming services. So I saw this at the theater when it first came out, and I thought it was really dark and kind of murky looking, so I didn't think it was going to be all that great looking at home. Lo and behold, this is one of the best looking movies I've seen this year. It was shot in 6.5K, and it does look it. It's clean, it's sharp, it's got those crispy visuals. It's not as crisp as Gemini Man, but it's an impressive looking movie. If you're looking for the details, you can find it anywhere you look. The interior shots have that old, greasy, industrial appearance, which comes through very cleanly. It actually looks very similar to Prometheus and Alien Covenant stylistically. I mean, the movie is basically aliens underwater. Anyways, close-ups are just about flawless, and those diving suits, with all those details, those dings, those dents, even more impressive looking. The one area that kind of throws off the movie, I felt, was the CGI creatures. I mean, they were alright, but they just came across too digital. The digital backgrounds, though, I thought were really well done. As for HDR, it is in Dolby Vision on iTunes. Now, like I said, this is a dark movie. I don't mean dark as in the overall picture is dim, but just there's a lot of blacks and grays. It's still dark, but it wasn't murky or muddy looking. Shadow detail was really good for a digital stream. I noticed some faint banding here and there and some occasional blotchiness, but for the most part, I didn't see anything getting lost or crushed in the shadows. There's also some faint banding around the flashlights when the characters are walking underwater. I noticed it on my bigger screen, but not on my 65-inch. Color-wise, it's mostly darker hues. There's a little red and oranges from explosions, which do get eye-poppingly bright. Other than that, there's blacks, whites, grays, a little blue. I think that's about it for color. So if you're trying to show off how pretty your OLED can look, this probably wouldn't be the first choice.
Okay, I'm getting very close to shitting myself.
Audio is sadly only in 7.1, and the only reason I wanted this movie was for the Atmos mix, which I heard at the theater, and it was really good sounding. Now this is a movie that has a lot of atmospherics that you'll hear in the lower channels. Things like mechanical noises in the background or effects coming from outside of the base station gives you that creepy claustrophobic vibe. If the overheads were active, it'd be even better. Still, the soundstage is very expansive with very convincing directional effects. The bass in this movie is just as good as what I heard at the theater. The explosions in Chapter 1 will probably throw you off guard with how impactful they are. They come in hard and quick, and it's some of the deepest bass that I've heard. The implosion in Chapter 8 is another ultra deep moment that you might not be expecting. That's a little spoiler. But yeah, there's some demo-worthy bass in this, and it's one of the main reasons why I bought it. Alright, now I mostly do these reviews and listen to these movies natively without any upmixing. So if it's in 5.1, I'll listen to it in 5.1. But I really wanted those height channels active since it was so good sounding at the theater, so I tried upmixing with Dolby Surround, Neural X, and Auro3D. To my ears, I thought DTS sounded the least impressive, Dolby sounding the most natural, and Auro3D was the most engaging. You will have to dial in the effect to your liking, but I found Auro to sound the closest to what I remembered at the theater. There is a cool part in Chapter 8 with some banging that's supposed to sound like it's coming from above. Without upmixing, it happens in the side channels. With Auro and Dolby turned on, it actually sounds like it's coming from above your head. So this movie does upmix really well. Okay, now if I'm going to rate the audio, it's going to be without upmixing and straight 7.1. So I'd have to give it an 8.5. If it was an Atmos, then it'd probably be in the high 9s for sure. But there's really good ambiance and discrete effects, and bass response is demo-worthy. For video, I'm going to go with a 9.2. This is a clean, very detailed transfer. There's some of the obvious compression artifacts, which could just be my network speed, but if you enjoy sci-fi alien-esque type of movie, then you might want to give this movie a shot. I personally thought it was really good, and it does go by really quick. So tell us your thoughts on this underwater transfer. Have you seen it, and did you think it looked as good as we did? Leave us a comment and let us know. Now, if you want to pick this movie up, I'll leave some links for it in the video's description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can find us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content and great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again in the next one.